Episode 2 begins with the appearance of a beautiful woman who goes to the same school as Tenyo Yuuya, the main character. After meeting her, the woman warmly greets him, leaving Yuuya confused about who she really is. As he tries to remember, it turns out that she is the woman he saved from 2 delinquents before. After Yuuya rescued her, the woman was very grateful to him and searched for information about him, so she knows who he is and where he comes from. The woman, named Kaori Hojo, is a member of the student council at Osei Academy, an elite school where her father is the headmaster. When her father heard about Yuuya saving his daughter, he wanted to invite him to attend Osei Academy. However, Yuuya hesitantly declined the invitation because he felt that he did not have good enough academic credentials to attend such a prestigious school. Suddenly, 2 teenagers who usually bully Yuuya interrupted and claimed that they wanted to attend Osei Academy because they had achievements in academics and sports. Kaori firmly refused their offer because she knew they often bullied Yuuya, her savior. She also knew about their bad behavior, which she had already investigated. Kaori continued to talk to Yuuya, explaining that Osei Academy values personality more than academic performance, so Yuuya's previous reason for declining the invitation was not a problem. However, because Yuuya still had doubts, one of Kaori's guards suggested that they take him to visit Osei Academy to help him feel more confident. Kaori took Yuuya's hand and they left, hurrying to Osei Academy. A narration about Osei Academy follows, a school that is famous for many students with skills in certain fields. Rumor has it that if someone can enter this academy, their future will be guaranteed. Yes, this is a super elite academy. After arriving at the school, Yuuya was served a warm cup of tea and was greeted by the headmaster of Osei Academy, who is none other than Kaori's father. He also thanked and bowed to Yuuya for saving his daughter. Of course, Yuuya felt awkward and quickly stood up from his seat. Kaori stated that when everyone else didn't care, only Yuuya dared to act, which not everyone can do. The headmaster then offered Yuuya to attend the school and asked for his opinion. However, once again, Yuuya felt unworthy of attending such a school. The headmaster then advised him that anyone can be special if they work hard, keep trying new things, and face challenges ahead. He also offered Yuuya to try attending the school for just 1 day. A beautiful teacher named Sawada came into the room, and the headmaster ordered her to take Yuuya to her class so he could experience sitting in the school's classroom. The headmaster explained that even though Sawada may look like this, she is a well-known scientist, and her explanations are easy to understand when she teaches in class. Sawada-sensei invited Yuuya to her class, and although hesitant, he gathered his courage and introduced himself to the class. After finishing his introduction, Yuuya looked at all the students in the class, but everyone fell silent. Faint voices from some of the female students could be heard admiring how handsome Yuuya was. Seeing Yuuya still nervous, Sawada encouraged him and invited him to sit at the desk provided. In another class, Kaori was worried about Yuuya and hoped that he would feel comfortable with everyone else. Returning to his own class, Yuuya felt that the atmosphere was similar to the previous class he attended, but the students in this class were far more active and fun. Lunchtime arrived, and Yuuya was surrounded by curious students asking many questions about him. He was confused and felt awkward trying to answer them. Then a male student named Ryo Igarashi intervened and told them not to bother Yuuya. He then invited him to have lunch in the cafeteria, and Yuuya agreed. Upon arriving at the cafeteria, Yuuya was surprised to see the menu, which looked very delicious and was inexpensive. He thought it was heaven. He and Ryo ordered their food, and then another student named Shingo called Yuuya to sit and eat with him. As they enjoyed their meal, Yuuya felt like everyone else in the cafeteria was looking at him, probably because he was wearing a different uniform. But Ryo explained that many people were looking at him because of his appearance. Shingo started a conversation by asking about clubs and hobbies. Ryo and Yuuya both hadn't joined any clubs yet, but Shingo was different, he had joined the game club. Later that evening, Yuuya returned to the principal's office and met with him. The principal asked for his opinion about the school, and Yuuya replied that the school was amazing, and the lessons were easy to understand. But what impressed him the most was how the students there seemed to enjoy their days. They treated him kindly and didn't alienate him. The principal asked again if he was willing to attend the school and said that he was very suited to it. Finally, Yuuya was convinced and decided to study at the school. As he left the principal's office, Kaori was waiting for him outside. Kaori was very grateful that Yuuya decided to attend the school. She then invited him to visit the shopping area with her, which was very popular because it was well known on TV. Kaori explained that she rarely hangs out with her friends because of her family and father's work, but she really wanted to go there with Yuuya. They decided to buy the famous crepes in the area. Before eating the crepes, Yuuya was still worried that if he ate too much, he would return to his previous fat body. He then asked Kaori how she knew it was him because when he saved her, he still had a fat appearance, unlike his current body. It turns out that Kaori only saw Yuuya's gaze, which according to her, emanated the same aura. They both looked very intimate there, calling each other by their first names and also exchanging their crepes. A day after Yuuya visited Osei Academy, he decided to enter another world again. As he opened the door to the other world and stepped inside, he still felt afraid of the monsters that came to attack him. However, with the complete equipment he was wearing, he was able to defeat those monsters very easily, and now his level had reached 235. According to him, it was still very slow to level up, and he thought maybe it was because he always stayed near his house. He was curious to face stronger monsters outside. For the first time, he set foot outside his house and immediately heard someone screaming. He became alert and drew his weapon while heading towards the source of the sound. When he arrived, he saw a person lying in a pool of blood in front of him, and there was also a strong-looking monster with a high level. Behind the monster, Yuuya was surprised to see a helpless woman hiding behind a tree. He immediately attacked the monster with his spear and managed to defeat it. Yuuya then realized that there were also original humans in that world. When he let his guard down, another monster attacked him. Yuuya was thrown off by the monster's attack and felt that it was very strong. However, he tried to attack the monster with all his strength using various weapons, and finally managed to defeat it. Immediately, Yuuya approached the injured and dying woman he had seen earlier. As he came to help her, the woman fainted and lost consciousness. Yuuya felt confused about what he should do, but suddenly someone from a distance called out the name Lexia, which was likely the name of the woman. A group of men who called out to her quickly found her, and they were very grateful to know that she was still alive. Meanwhile, before they arrived, Yuuya used an item that made him disappear, and he watched them from a distance. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the part 3 of this series recap.